Om Shanti. This is an Avyakt Murli of 16th of January 1980, and the title is Raj Sabha, Almighty Authority Raj Yogis Assembly, and Lok Sabha, People Preferred Assembly. Today, the most elevated gathering of the entire cycle is being seen. The congregation of Brahmins, Raj Yogis. On the one side, there is the congregation of today's rulers, those who rule for a limited period of time. At the Lok Sabha, the Indian government's House of the People, and on the other, there is the congregation of Raj Yogis created by the Almighty Authority. The Lok Bhashan Sabha, the gathering preferred by the people, both congregations are carrying out their separate tasks. The limited House of the People create limited law and order, and the gathering of Brahmins creates a kingdom based on imperishable law and order. Each leader of Lok Sabha emerges different plans for a limited time period, using his own limited intellect. And in the same way, within the congregation of Raj Yogis, various plans emerge for the benefit of the world. The others have plans based on self-benefit, and here there are plans for world benefit. This is why this is the gathering preferred by the people. Thoughts of world benefit are preferred by God and preferred by the people. When a thought arises, check, is this thought preferred by God? If there is great love for someone, then their preference becomes the preference of the self. And so, whatever is preferred by Baba will automatically be preferred by yourself, and it will also be preferred by the people. The most beloved of all to the souls of every religion are the founding fathers of their particular religion. But the one who is loved by even the religious founders is the Father, the Supreme Soul. This is why at all times and out of each one's lips there emerges the call for the One Father in a variety of languages, and so the one who is preferred by Baba will automatically be preferred by the world. Ask yourself, have I received the certificate of preference by the gathering of the entire world? Baba has already selected the soul because you belong to Baba. Baba has accepted, but each day Baba still says, number-wise. On the one hand, there is the first bead of the rosary of the 8, and on the other hand, the last bead of the rosary of 16,000. In both cases, they have become children. But what difference remains and why? There are some who carry out the task of world benefit, and there are others who simply praise that task and the ones who are doing it. There are some who give praise and others who become worthy of that praise. It is one thing to actually do and another thing to say that I should do. It should happen. The world must be changed. If always the word yes is used, then the soul is free from the cries of distress. The one who says it should be will sometimes dance with zeal, but when an obstacle comes, there will be cries of distress, and so that soul cannot become a number of the gathering preferred by the people. There are many numbers of a particular party, but only a few are selected to be members of the house. In the same way, there are many members of the Brahmin family, yet not all are in the list of those preferred by the people. That is to say, the ones who have claimed the authority of the kingdom of law and order. Some have claimed the right to the throne of the kingdom, and others have claimed only the right to enter the kingdom. Today, BapDada went on a tour of all the most important pilgrimage places. Where there are service centers today, these will be worshipped on the path of devotion as pilgrimage places. While on tour, all the rivers Ganges, Jamuna, Saraswati, and Godavari were seen. All the rivers of knowledge were engaged in service. In some places, there were a few hares, and in others, there were some who will become hares in the future. In some places, there were those who were very close to the royal family, those with the authority to rule the business of the kingdom. There were some with the right to give orders within the kingdom, while the majority were carrying out the task of running the kingdom. Nowadays, BapDada is engaged in checking the children all around in different ways, and in seeing the result, because the result must be announced at the end. Today, Baba was checking, in particular, the paper on purity. It was for this reason he went on a special tour to see the extent to which the light of purity radiates from each Brahman child. Is the percentage of purity equivalent to a tiny bulb, a large bulb, a searchlight, or a lighthouse? To what extent is the power of purity able to transform the atmosphere? The result of each place was seen, and the result of all the papers will be revealed on 18th January. BapDada is able to emerge his cooperative children whenever he chooses. Just as you people sometimes hold meetings of heads of zones, so too, BapDada also calls together small gatherings. Do you remember how in the beginning Baba would entertain different groups? Each group was even invited to eat with Baba separately. Now we have reached the story of the Bhagavat, the divine activity of God. The Bhagavat is very long. In the path of devotion, they have made the Bhagavat even longer than the Gita. Gita knowledge, Bhagavat stories. Some may be interested in hearing the knowledge of the Gita, but not everyone. However, everyone will always be interested in hearing the Bhagavad. In the corporeal form, there were such interesting games played with the children. But even now, children are immersed in the subtle regions. The paper will also be verified and checked with the children because Baba always regards his children as master. It is for this reason that those children who are responsible instruments are always seen in each task in the relationship of senior brother. A brother would always check things with another. This is why BapDada is never alone, but always together with his children. He cannot remain alone anywhere. And so if you look at the memorials, you will see this. He is shown with his children in the Dilwala temple, in the form of the effort maker. And at the final result, again, he is not alone. There is the rosary of victory, sometimes with some and sometimes with others, but there is always company. Baba also emerges your own complete angelic form. That touching also comes to you. Does it come each day or only occasionally? You bring the subtle region down here, and Baba brings you to the subtle region. Sometimes Baba comes to you, and sometimes he calls you to him. Sometimes he plays with you, and sometimes he inspires you to play. Sometimes he takes you with him on service, and sometimes he sends you out alone to grant visions. Because sometimes devotees are so stubborn that they are not satisfied unless they have a vision of their own special deity. Even if Baba is revealed to them, they still prefer their own special deity. This is why it is necessary to send the various special gods and goddesses to the devotees. Sometimes there is a special mantra of power whispered in the ears of special, loving, cooperative children, even though they already possess courage and zeal and have attained the power with which to complete the task. Sometimes, when a rocket is sent very far away, it is projected with extra force and then later breaks off and becomes independent. Acha, the group of professionals has come. Baba has also told you the task of his profession. All those things taking place in the subtle region. Even now, you can add to your paper right up until 18th January. Sometimes a paper is reset, and so now you can add to your paper of purity. Purity is the main foundation and the test of real knowledge. On the basis of purity, there is natural yoga, jnana, dharana, and service. The foundation of all four subjects is purity. This is why it was the first paper to be checked. Acha, to those preferred by God in every thought, those preferred by the people in every act, those who use their sense organs with authority to perform action, those with the authority to be in the congregation of rulers, to those who are always with Baba, companions in thoughts and action for world service, to those who elevate the atmosphere by their thoughts, who spread vibrations with the attitude and state of mind of bestower of blessings for the world, to such close, cooperative souls, BapDada's love, remembrance, and Namaste. Om Shanti.